Is it happy? Oh, that's kind of loud this morning.
You just
Coming
come busting
in. That's
in. You just
Saturday morning. Saturday morning. Good morning. Good morning.
You came in like
Good morning.
February, real
I don't
loud.
know. This is in my face too.
Good morning,
No,
Regina.
I don't know. Is my face shining?
We
My
looking like two shiny pennies this morning.
Right, but my face is always like it's like I have like 20 extra pounds added to my face,
Don't blame that on your face.
and then my headphones. What?
Hey, listen, y'all see how we coming in on Saturday morning?
Come.
We coming in hot. Good morning, everybody.
Good
Happy
morning.
Saturday.
Good morning. So you know what? I'm excited about today. Why? Because for one, I want to thank God that I woke up this morning.
Amen.
Yeah. So
Amen.
give praise to our Lord Jesus Christ.
That's right.
That's right. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Feel like I'm having church this morning.
Good. You woke up.
I woke up this morning. So let's go ahead and get on with the show.
Yeah, let's start it. So thank y'all for listening this morning. It's Saturday morning. Hey Jordan, I see you on. That's my niece all the way out of Arizona. Good morning and good morning.
Hey, thanks for joining us this morning, Jordan Jones. I saw you follow on our page. So anybody that's new to our show or is listening to our show this morning, don't forget to like our page, be in the driver's seat. And then we're also live on Instagram and YouTube. So if you
Yeah.
are live on YouTube, you're watching now, or you're watching us after the show is over, go ahead and subscribe. Give us a follow. We appreciate you. And then we're also live on Instagram. And that's new for us. Good morning, Miss Carter. How you doing?
Hey Cornelia.
Good morning.
Listen, y'all make sure y'all listen to the end of the show. We are giving away, we always have prizes that we give away, so you have a chance to win today too. So happy Saturday,
We're giving
everybody.
away what? $25?
Yeah,
$25 Zelle or
you can get
Cash
a
App?
$25 cash gift today. So it's either going to be Zelle or Cash App. However, whatever entity you have, I'm sure that we can handle that. Good morning, Stephanie. She said mom's here too.
Hey,
Good morning,
Mom. What's
Stephanie.
happening? What's Mom's name? Stephanie?
Stephanie
Hey,
Young.
Stephanie. Good morning
And,
to you.
and don't forget my nephew Jeremiah. He's there too, I'm sure. And my brother-in-law T. Good morning, y'all. Oh, she on. She got on herself.
Good
Okay,
morning.
Good morning. So I'm excited this morning, Regina. So, how was your weekend?
My weekend or my week?
Listen, I feel like
What?
it's Monday already. So, how was your week?
You know what? My week was good. I don't know. I prayed a lot this week.
Oh, good.
Pray, not just praying for people that I know or my friends or my family, but just praying for the world because we talked about a lot of planes have been like dropping.
Yeah,
Right?
it's been a lot going on in
Yeah.
the world. Good morning, Miss Pat. I see you.
Good morning.
Oh, good to see you this morning. This week was really good for me. I love the fact that the Lord has allowed us to use technology. So I'm able to talk to my sisters, my nieces from all over. So we have this line that we're on in Messenger. And so we just click it and all of us just pop up. And we can just talk and just kind of see what everybody is doing, especially with my sister being in Arizona and us not being face to face. So it has been really good. So this week has blessed me amongst all of the things that are happening. Like we, even right here in the city of Pontiac, we have experienced a lot just this week. People, houses being broken into, a man was set on fire. It was just a lot of trauma and tragedy that was happening right here in Pontiac. And I know that that's happening all over the world. But we just want to tell, all our people in our neighborhoods that we love you, we're praying for you, and we just need to keep looking out for one another. Safety really matters.
Yeah, safety does matter, but we have to always be on guard.
Yeah.
I think right now we are so used to thinking everything is good. Even when you walk to your car. I mean, I remember walking to my car actually Wednesday, Thursday, and last night. And when you walk out, leave the dealership, it's dark out there.
Yeah.
It's no light in the second parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I am always, if I'm one of the last two people at the deal, it's two of us left at the dealership or three of us. I'm like, you know what? We need to walk out together.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do not walk out by yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
Because you don't never know when somebody's waiting or watching your routine.
Yeah.
The thing is that we have the same routine. And I think that we need to figure out how we can change that up.
Yeah, a little bit. Like some of us, because we've been doing it so long, like you said, it's a routine. But
Hmm.
like when we think about these break-ins, the little young guy who was breaking into homes,
Hmm.
he
13 years old, right?
yeah, and he was watching. Like you have to really be looking at someone's surroundings in a home and trying to
Hmm.
figure out who's in it because he got on a trash can and he got into a window.
How
And
do you become 13 and you become a criminal? I mean, I hate to say that. A 13-year-old is a, and I'm different in my voice I'm getting now, is because you're 13 years old. Where did you get that from? What
yeah,
is that? You've been watching somebody? You know, I mean, you just don't be 13 and you're committing a crime. You're
yeah,
getting through
that's
somebody's window.
yeah. I mean,
Stand on a trash can. That's playing.
but
You know.
that's unbelievable. Like the fact that he was standing on a trash can going through a
Mm,
window. And I'm really sympathetic even to the parents because I know that that has to be hurtful to see that your son has violated someone, entered into a window,
mm-hmm,
and so I'm thankful that, it could have ended very bad.
mm-hmm,
He could have been laid out.
mm-hmm.
Some people really got their hand on the trigger waiting. If you coming in my home and violating and trying to take something that don't belong to you.
So my neighbor, I was growing up. My neighbor, I grew up on the south side. My neighbor caught her dad actually shot a guy that
Mm,
came in the house. It was
mm-hmm.
a shot off a shotgun, shot him,
Oh,
and it was a kid that one of my classmates went to school with.
mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I don't even know if he's still living, but he shot him.
Wow.
Because he came in the house,
Yeah.
of course, without permission.
Yeah.
And you don't, when you come in somebody's house without permission, you don't say hello.
You know what I'm saying?
You,
I mean,
you meet them.
I'm trying to understand though, and I know this is beyond my understanding,
Meet them with that
but
gun. No, I
but
shouldn't say
but how
that,
is
but
it
yeah.
that people feel like that they are entitled to come into your space and take something that does not belong to them? Like that, like it's okay. Like how do you do that? So, and for those of you who are listening, I know for those around Pontiac, I know you have been affected by this. It's been all over Facebook. And I know if you personally haven't been affected, you've read about it.
Hmm.
But this could have been your daughter, your mother,
Hmm.
your children. This could have been
Your
anybody.
family
So
member.
I'm thankful for those that were
Hmm.
on watch
Hmm.
who bombarded the substations. Shout out to Patricia Whitaker. I know you're married now, but shout out to you. She was really on it. So shout out to those that are watching as well as praying and alerting authorities when things are happening that shouldn't be. Yeah.
In our situations too, it's not like you can always do something, but you can make a phone call.
Oh
You can
yeah.
tell somebody,
Oh yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the word of the day. The word of the day is repossession.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I looked at repossession because repossession could mean different things to different people. So since I'm the Queen of Car Loans, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet, let's just talk about that for a little bit. So when I looked it up, on Google, it says in Michigan, a creditor can conduct a repossession without sending the consumer a notice beforehand. However, a creditor has to have to hold a valid lien on the vehicle, which means that they have to be on your title, which means that you're paying a payment to them. But they have to have a valid lien on the vehicle that they are attempting to repossess, and the consumer has to be in default, which means you're behind in your payments, in order for the repossession to be lawful. So let's talk about. Well, I'm gonna let you talk about what you think repossessions are it because I want to talk about some ways on how to prevent that, how to
Yeah.
prevent repossessions.
Okay. So in terms of cars, you want to talk about the ways of preventing repossession.
Yeah, yeah. But what do
Okay.
you with
So
repossession? How does that look with your eyes? But not in my eyes, as far as car, because you always take it biblical.
yeah, well,
Or are you this
so
morning?
repossession period to me is taking something back.
Mm,
Something back, something that you personally may have wanted to acquire and now it's being taken from you because you didn't do the things that you needed to do to
mm-hmm,
keep it.
mm-hmm,
And so when I think about repossession from a spiritual way,
mm-hmm,
I'm thinking about how sometimes the enemy or our inner selves or our thoughts can cause us from have things. Repossession is taking something back, so I'm
mm-hmm,
thinking like taking away our joy, taking away
mm-hmm,
our peace, taking away our comfort, and challenging our identity, and that's what the enemy does. So sometimes our thoughts can take repossession of us, and we start thinking about things that we shouldn't. So we have to will ourselves in, bring ourselves back with the word. And so to me, it's reclaiming your peace. You know, the opposite of repossession means taking it back, right? So I want to reclaim my peace. I want to reclaim my joy. So how do I do that? And that's by the word. That's by prayer. That's by my accountability partners. So when I think about repossession, that's taking back something that was stolen from me.
But the thing about being, you saying taken back, but you can always get it back, right? Somebody take
Yeah.
it, right?
hmm
But then you can always get it back, right? Is that
Yes,
what you're
you
saying?
can. You
Okay.
can. So, for instance, when you talk about joy, well, the Bible tells us that the joy of the Lord is our strength. So, if I want joy, then my joy is found in the Lord. And sometimes we base our lifestyles on how we feel. We walk in feelings and really not in truth. So, when you think about feelings like, I just want to be happy, well, happiness is temporary, but joy is eternal. So when you
I hear
talk
that.
about taking something back, how
Mhm.
do I take it and keep it?
Mhm.
And the only way for me to take those things back is to stay rooted and grounded. And then even as I think about as a therapist, these are the things that I teach other people. How do you stay rooted and grounded? What are some things that you can do to take back what the enemy may have taken or the inner you may have willingly given up?
So I think when people get something repossessed, they think it's the end of the world. They think that, their world's caving in on them, and it's not. It doesn't matter what's come to a vehicle. It doesn't matter when it comes to things or somebody taking your joy or repossessing. When I say taking your joy, you letting somebody repossess your feelings or repossess what you're doing, right?
Mm.
Or that's just my terms, right? What I
Yeah,
think, right?
emotional. Yeah,
Right.
emotional.
So it's all about not letting somebody take your joy.
hmm
I mean, you could say taking, but that's repossession
Yeah,
in
yeah.
in my eyes.
Yeah, it is. And but here's the thing. You can reclaim
Hmm.
the things that have been stolen from you.
True, true,
You can reclaim those
true,
things.
true. All right, so let me let me get into the repossession in the car world. I talk to a lot of customers, and I do a lot of consultation where customers their car is being repossessed, or they say, "What do I do if I'm in that situation?"
Mhm.
Well, if you know that you're going to be behind on your payments, or you are behind, right?
Mhm.
One of the things that you can do is you can make a phone call to your bank, to your finance company, and say, you know what, can I put my payments on the back of my loan?
Mhm.
Maybe you're 2 months behind, or maybe you're 1 month behind. And you say, you know what, can I put my payments on the back of my loan? So if you are in a 72-month loan and maybe you have made, let's just say, 3 payments already, right? Or it doesn't matter how many payments you made.
Mhm.
You ask them, can you put it on the back? Can you put it on the rear? And what's
Mhm.
going to happen is they're going to extend your loan. And a lot of times what happens is people forget when they get ready to trade their car in that they did that. Oh yeah, I did have a situation 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So you need to ask, can you put my payments on the end?
That's a good option though.
Yeah.
If you come into a crisis and you need
Hmm.
it for this
Hmm.
month.
Hmm.
So, do they typically when people are getting their cars repossessed, how long does it take before they take the car back?
Say that one more time, sorry.
So if somebody's car is going to get
Hmm.
repossessed, is it 30 days late, 60 days late? Like, do you
It's two
know?
months. It's
It's two
normally
months,
it's
60
normally
days.
two. It's normally 60 days, but sometimes it might be 90.
Okay.
And but the thing is, what people don't do is people panic, or
Okay.
they figure like, okay, I don't know what to do.
So Chantel said thank you because she didn't know that. So that's good information
Yeah,
that you can put your
yeah. You can put your,
payments on the end.
but you have to ask. The thing is, know this: the finance company does not want your car. They
Okay.
don't. So you know that. She's just
Mhm.
playing along this morning,
No,
but
I mean,
but no, they don't. They don't want your car. So what you need to do is have conversation.
yeah,
You say, what are my options? What are my options right now because I'm in this situation? And you
that's
really have to
good.
tell them, you might not want to tell them what's going on, but you tell them what's going on with you.
hmm
You lost your job, your income changed, your hours changed, whatever happened, you
That's
know?
good, but they to be able to negotiate is
That's
something
it.
good.
That's
So you
it.
know what I mean. So to be able to pick up the phone and call them and
Hmm.
tell them, so you have not because you ask not. Now I'm a
Yeah.
firm believer of that is there something if there's something that you need to open your mouth and ask.
And a lot of times, what the problem is that you don't say anything until you get to the end,
The
or they say they're
crisis.
coming to get your vehicle. But let me just say that another thing is that you can do. The second thing you can do is make payment arrangements. You can make payment arrangements. But no, once you miss that payment arrangement, they might be coming to get it.
So
So
you can make payment arrangements on top of your payment?
no, no, you don't. Okay, so if your payment is $500 a month and you're behind, just say 2 months, you owe them 1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got late fees.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna make a regular payment on top of that. You're gonna make arrangements on $1,000.
Okay, got
So
it.
that's what you're gonna do. So you're gonna make arrangements on that, and you say what you can pay. And if they come back and that you negotiate, you have conversation. That's the thing. Have conversation. Another thing, what you can do is, and this is like the last thing that I want to say that you should do, is in some cases, is you file bankruptcy. You do. You do that Chapter 13, because Chapter 13 is the only way that you're going to be able to keep your car. Because if you file a Chapter 7, that means that you're not going to be paying anybody. Or if you file a chapter, well, I ain't gonna get into a Chapter 7 because then I'll be talking about Chapter 7, Chapter 13. But when you when you are behind on your car payments and you want to keep your car, then you would file a Chapter 13. That's the only way you're able to keep your car. But I'm not a bankruptcy attorney, so I always say if you got issues, you got something going on, you should reach out to someone.
That's
Whether it's a bankruptcy attorney, and just have conversation.
That's good.
And you got to make sure you get the right one, because too many people want to take your money. Too many times I've seen bankruptcy attorneys where they start with a Chapter 13 and then they turn it into a 7.
Wow.
And then the people think, well, no, I dismissed it or I did this. Well, it's still on your credit report. It's still there.
That's good
Right?
information. Yeah.
So, but I know we got to go. We got to take a quick break because we have Sarah queued up. Is it crewed up?
You see how you
Put up.
butchering her name?
Okay, that's my baby niece. I love her. But yeah, we'll be right back with Sierra Crudup, the owner of Delicious Sweets and Craven Cookies. She'll be on, and we'll be right back. Hi, it's Regina, the Queen of Carlones at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet.
And I'm Joe Longhammer.
We're doing something special for tax season. You can get 5 free oil changes, or you can get extra $500 for your trade-in, or you can get $500 extra for your down payment.
Regina can only handle 25 of these special deals every month.
Because I work personally on each loan to get the best deal possible.
When these 25 spots are gone this month, they're gone.
I'm Regina, the Queen of Carlones, and I'll get you approved. Come in and say, give me the queen, or go to thequeendeals.com.
Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com. Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com. Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven. So excited. So this is the part of the segment where we're highlighting Sierra. I messed that all the way up.
Well, you did.
Well, you know
I
what
just
I'm
gotta
saying?
say you did this morning.
When you're on podcast, you don't get no redo. You just
No,
it's like. So listen, we have Sierra.
When you're on the
Crudup.
radio, you live, you don't get no redo.
We have Sierra Crudup in the building today. Good morning, Sierra.
Good morning, sunshine.
We can't hear you.
But you know what? So until we get her volume right, she's been popping all week.
Yeah.
I mean, the pictures.
Okay,
beauty.
here I am.
Okay.
My computer was muted. I'm sorry.
She came in a little excited.
Yeah, you excited to be in here? So this
Happy Saturday.
Happy Look, are you glowing this morning?
Listen.
Look, she glowing this morning.
Look, I'm trying to make sure y'all see the sign in the back. I'm at the bakery, so.
Are you working this morning?
Yes, I'm working this morning, and hopefully nobody else comes in and you guys hear them. But I think we're going to be good.
Okay. We're excited to have you on. Happy Saturday. So let's just get right into it. So, Sierra, every month when you come on with some dynamic topics. And this day, we're talking about balance in business. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, so today we're talking about balance in business, and I have a few like topic key points. And I guess when I think about balance in business, I think about being a business owner, being busy, and trying to balance everything else that goes on in life. Because just because you're a business owner, that doesn't mean that life stops. So you have to figure out how to create that balance in your own life so that you don't get burnt out and overwhelmed.
Mm.
So that brings me to my first point, and that is preparation is key. So I found in my years of having delicious sweets, being prepared is top tier. If you're not prepared, then that just makes everything go bad. So my days start really early. I get to work early. I like to get in here, set the tone for my day, and get going. And that ensures that I have a successful day and I can get out in time to take care of the other things I need to in my life.
So you know what? It just brings to this point is sometimes when we think that we're prepared for our day and things happen. I know when I wake up or the night before I prepare and I say, I prepare, I prepare my appointments, trying to figure out who's coming in, because most of my appointments are scheduled, right? Even though I have people that walk in. So the day doesn't always go the way I want it to go.
Mm.
So what do you do if that day doesn't fall? What do you do when chaos happens?
Yeah.
Because it's not
I'm
things
glad
never
you
go the way you want them.
Yeah, you're right. I'm glad you asked that question because um, I get thrown off all the time. So, say for instance, I have my day set out and I feel like I'm on schedule, everything is going well, and then I have a customer that comes in that takes me away from what I'm doing for an hour, and that throws everything off. So, what I do when chaos happens, after the situation is dealt with, I jump right back into it and go to the next thing.
Mhm.
I know that sounds easy. Sometimes you need to take a minute to breathe and get back refocused. But chaos is always going to happen. Some things are always going to come up, even when you are prepared. So you just have to know how to refocus and get back on schedule.
I want to jump in and go back to the preparation piece. So I know you get up early to start your day to come into Craving Cookies and Delicious Sweets, but do you have a routine that helps you set your day so when you do encounter chaos, it doesn't affect you as if it would, if you weren't prepared.
Yeah, actually, I do. So I have this shirt that I've been wearing for years, and it says "Wake, Pray, Bake." So that typically is what I do in the morning. When I get up, I like to set my tone. I say my affirmations. I pray. I put on my gospel music. Just because I encounter so many different people throughout the day, I want to make sure that I'm in the best mind frame as possible. And I remember years ago, I would have a lot going on. And I came into work one day and I had an employee and she thought I was upset with her
Mhm.
because she had got like written up the day before. But because I was all over the place in my own life,
Mhm.
my energy and my atmosphere was off and she thought it was toward her.
Mm,
So when we had that conversation, it let me know that I have to get myself together and whatever I have going on, I
Mhm.
have to leave it at the door because
mm,
I set the atmosphere for my environment.
Well, you know what? That's key, and people do have to know that when you're your employer, even in a relationship or even in a friendship, you have to realize that when you have something happen,
mhm,
you can't take it into the next day. You
mhm.
can't take it into the next conversation, even if it's a week later. You got to let it go. You got to leave it at the doorstep. So I appreciate you saying that because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't say, you know what, that's in the past. I let it go. They hold on to it. But
Yeah.
why do you think people hold into it? Because you know what? It is employers out there that actually hold on to it and
Mm,
they'll hold it against you.
yeah.
So what are your thoughts on people that do that? What advice that can you give people that actually do that? Because I remember when I was working at McDonald's. I
Mm.
was in 12th, 11th grade. And did I go all the way back on that? Ooh,
I did too. When I was in 11th and 12th grade, I worked at McDonald's.
what? What?
I
You know
did.
what?
I
Okay,
loved it.
look, they had me working the drive-through, right?
Me too. I was the best at the drive-through.
No, I wasn't because I was young, but people had little smart mouths and, just their attitude. They started putting me on the fries. I was on the fries, doing the fries, packing the bag. And the reason I was on that because I just wasn't good at the drive-through. I wasn't. Now I'm good with dealing with people. Being in the car business over 20 years, right? But I could not shake the drive-through. I could not. They put me on the fries, and me and the fries became friends because because I had fries for breakfast and lunch. One fries when I was a kid.
I have
Okay,
no
I'm
words.
sorry I went to the left.
I have no words. That's what just happened. So, Sierra,
Me and the fries became friends. I love that.
listen. Regina asked a question and she said, how do you, as an employer, not hold what the employee may have done, said, action against them? How do you maintain the professionalism?
Let me just start by saying that is not an easy thing to do because we are humans. So, just like if you get into an argument with a friend or something happens, it's not always easy to let that grudge go. But as the employer, what I learned is that I always want to set the example. So,
Mm.
in setting the example, regardless of what happened, I had somebody mess up a whole batch of banana pudding yesterday. And as much as I wanted to say, everything else, I couldn't be unprofessional. So I told her, you know what? Throw it away. Let's start over. Make sure you get the recipe book and follow the instructions.
How'd they mess
That's
it
not
up?
what
How'd they mess it up?
they messed it up because they didn't have the recipe book. So she thought she remembered it because she's made this 1,000 times. But I tell them, whenever you're making something, you still need to use the recipe book because you have so many different things going on. I don't want you to mess up the products. So I was upset, but I couldn't show that I was upset because if I would have, that would have made them upset. It would have made them less confident and just created a bigger problem. So, as the employer, you have to be the bigger person and always remain professional, even when you don't want to.
But I'm tripping because as high as groceries is,
I
you
know.
do
Right.
what?
I'm
A
thinking.
whole batch of
Right.
banana pudding? Wow.
What you
Yeah.
threw it away or did you take it home to eat? I mean,
Well,
what?
you couldn't do
No.
nothing with it at
Yeah. I
that
mean,
point.
Yeah. And you know what? If this was the very expensive banana pudding with the chessmen cookies and all of that,
Yes.
so,
you talking
yeah,
like your mom. This was a very expensive. This is a very expensive. Whatever you said.
yeah.
So I'm just saying, and to be able to, start all over, that is professionalism. So kudos to you for that. So
You know what? I need to get some of that banana pudding though.
you can was in the
I need
garden.
to bring you
I
some
don't
banana
need. I don't
pudding.
need it. I can get my own banana pudding. You gonna bring me some? Wait a minute. You see my husband?
I need to. I need to bring you some.
Well, you know what? Let me just tell you what my boss said. So just so you all don't know, when you buy a car from the Queen of Carlones, Regina, the Queen of Carlones at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet, I'm doing my own commercial. You do 30 days later, sometimes 60. You get
Uh-oh, I
cookies.
forgot.
You get cookies.
I forgot I gotta mess with y'all. I ain't got my cookies.
Well,
Oh,
you
you
gonna
got
start
your
2 years ago.
cookies. You definitely got your cookies, Dr.
Oh,
T.
oh, you talking about something else?
Okay, I'm back on track.
You off track today.
I know.
So you know what? We did have what was it? What was the person that actually
Who was
she
the first
answered the
person who
question
answered the question?
already? See, that's what I'm talking about. We got people that rock
Listen,
with us. Rock,
let me tell you about
rock,
Patricia Cameron.
rock.
Patricia Cameron is on every time we are on here. I appreciate you. I appreciate Cornelia. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. So Patricia answered the question. She said she sets the tone for her day by waking, praying, and baking. That was on her favorite
Yeah,
shirt. You are
yeah.
absolutely right. That was good this morning. All right, Sierra, what's the next point you bringing for us?
All right. So we're talking about
So we
the
have our
next one.
information.
Oh yeah, I know Pat.
Okay. And let me before you go ahead on Miss Crudup. Um, you know, we got the people that ride with us, but can y'all bring some friends to ride with us? Can
Yeah.
y'all bring?
Can y'all put some people
Can
in
y'all
the
put some people in
put in the car with y'all?
Can you can you invite some people to watch the show? I mean,
All your friends. Tell them to watch this morning. Every
okay.
Saturday morning. Sierra, your friends too.
Yeah. So if you're watching, go ahead and hit the share button.
That's what
Invite all
we,
your friends to
that's what we
join
need to
in
say.
to the
Yes.
broadcast.
And Sister Chantel, I appreciate you too. Thank you for rocking with us. She rocks with us every Saturday morning too.
Yeah, please call, share, but you can make comments on the bottom of the page, and you can also give us a call at 248-905-1128. Let me just say that let's put another $25 out there. If you
Uh-oh.
call and you ask a question, not just make a comment, but let's engage with Sierra this morning.
Yeah.
You
Anybody
know,
got a question for
let
Sierra this
you know,
morning?
don't text it. Call in at 248-905-1128. We dare you to call in. Let's have a conversation.
So we're
248.
giving away $25 for
Yeah.
to talk, ask me a question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I
whatever
248.
you
love
want.
it.
Yeah.
248-905-1128. So
Give
if
away free money today. What
so
is
we got
going on?
another
What?
$25, but guess what? Sierra Crudup has a new book out. So if we get two callers, one will get the $25 and the other one will
Gonna get a
get,
free
let's
book?
kind of talk about the book. Y'all
Oh, they
see
gonna get a
that?
free
You'll
book?
get a faith in action book. You see that? So Sierra, I know we were talking about your points, but since you put that book up, let's talk about faith in action.
Okay, it actually goes along. One of my points is overworked is not an achievement, and that is actually one of the topics in my book. And I think this is really good because when I was younger, I used to really pride myself on working really, really, really hard and working every single day for my business. And there's nothing wrong with working hard or working for yourself every single day, but overworking yourself, that's when I say overworked is not an achievement.
Oh,
Um,
wait, pin that
because
here. We got the first caller. So you
okay,
pin that. We'll pin overwork is not a achievement. All right, who's the first caller?
Yeah, yeah.
This is Miss Young.
Hi.
Good
Oh,
Oh,
this is
morning.
That's
that's
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
that's
Yeah.
my auntie,
No,
Alabama.
she ain't in
No, what's
Alabama
she
no
at?
more. She in Arizona now.
Arizona.
Arizona.
All right, Steph. All right, what is the question you have for Sierra Crudup, who happens to be
Make it a good
who is,
one.
who is she to
That's
you?
my niece. That's my niece.
So what question do you have for Miss Crudup this morning?
Sierra, my question to you as far as your business, what was your steps on starting your businesses? Because we're starting ours, so we want to know what was your steps on getting your businesses started. Multiple businesses at that.
Okay, that's a good question. So the first thing I did when I started, I didn't even think that I was starting a business. I was just saying, "Hey, you should buy my sweets because they're delicious." But once I did make the decision to make it a business, I got an LLC. So I would say if you don't have that, go ahead and get an LLC. You want to register your business with the state that you're in so that you can be legal, and then I would look for a mentor or someone that can has done it before and can kind of guide you in the way that you should go. Um, Not necessarily a mentor you have to pay, but someone that can give you some sound advice on what to do and how to get your business going. You definitely want to get that LLC though, and then you definitely want to register with the state, and then make a Facebook page. That's free marketing. That's a good way to get your business out and
Mhm.
get people to know about you.
Oh, that's
Well, I like the fact that she said get a mentor. I
mhm.
think I think if I would have been told 20 plus years ago, notice when you go over 20 years, you put the 20 plus, but 20 plus years ago to get a mentor, I think I would have been a lot farther ahead.
Oh yeah.
Just because
Oh yeah.
had somebody just can walk me through and say, hey, this is what you need to do. No, what I mean, just somebody to bounce things off on when you have issues and when you don't have issues, in the good and the bad times.
Yeah, that's good though. My mentor is Rashawn Parks White, Dr.
Mhm,
Rashawn Parks
mhm,
White, and she still to this day I can pick up the phone and call her and she still will guide me.
mhm.
So that's good direction. So Mrs. Young, I know that you're starting a business and I know Sierra gave you some steps, but what is one of the scariest things or something that you're experiencing now that you feel like could halt the process?
Are you still there?
Caller, are you
Are
still
you still
Oh,
there?
yes, I'm here. I'm sorry.
there? Were you
What
able
was
to
you
hear?
saying to me?
No, I ask you, is there one specific thing that you find that may halt your process? Something that you may want to know.
Um, no, that was my question. That was the steps, because it's a lot of things that we have to do here in Arizona, and I just wanted to know what was Sierra's steps and how did that prepare her?
Well, I can tell you one thing: you might as well order the book because she got some steps in there.
All right,
So,
I
Sierra,
sure
you
am.
got any final thoughts, comments for Stephanie?
My auntie can always call me, and I can help in any way with that. So, I mean, she got direct access to me. So if it's
Ooh,
anything
direct
that I can help
access.
with, I absolutely will.
Yeah.
Direct
Well,
access. I love it.
yeah. Thank you for
I
calling
sure
in, Miss
will.
Young.
So we do
Thank
have. So we do have we looking for a second call because a second call actually gets the book.
Yeah.
So
So,
you can get all the steps
yep, you can
in,
get
in
all the
Sierra's
stuff,
book.
and you get to pray. You get to. She told you she wake, pray, and bake. So you get to know what that looks like in this
Yes.
book. All right. Do we got another caller?
We had somebody else calling in though, right? Was the phone? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're waiting for that second call, but go
All right,
ahead,
Sierra. So we
Sierra.
put a pin in that. So let's unpin it. Oh
Okay.
wait, we got a
you.
caller. Uh-oh.
All right.
All right, we hot this morning.
All right, who's our next caller?
This is Patricia Cameron.
Oh,
Hey,
Miss Pat, you
she
is
ain't playing.
calling. She ain't playing with us. So this is Pat. Pat rocks with us. So Pat, what's your question today?
How did Sierra know that she wanted to be a baker? What inspired her to bake?
That's a good question. So, honestly, my mom planted that seed when I was 11 years old or even younger. She always had me in the kitchen with her, and I did not want to be in the kitchen with her. She was like, come here, stir this, mix this, do this. And after doing that for so long, there was a cake that needed to be baked for my great uncle's funeral. And I told her that I would bake the cake. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I followed the instructions. You know, I've been helping you for a while. I can do this. So I made the cake. And then at 11 years old, everybody loved it. And I think it was the responses from all of the people that got me excited to bake. And then I just started practicing from there. So I would make more things, I would follow more recipes, and I really enjoyed it. And it became a passion of mine. And even in me going to school for social work, I found that I couldn't get away from baking. You know, a lot of times God gives you gifts that you don't know you have, and then He
Amen.
puts people in your life to help develop those gifts. So I truly believe that my mom, just being who she is, put that seed in me when I was very young, and then I was able to grow it and develop it and move forward.
Amen.
Amen.
Good.
You had a really, really good mom to do that.
Yeah,
It is a blessing to have somebody to push you and then be there with you and for you.
hmm
That means so much because so many young people don't have that, and they're just like blowing in the wind. They don't know which way to go.
yeah.
hmm
Yeah, you're right. And I'm very grateful for my mom. And even as a child, she didn't know that she was planting a seed for me to become a baker. She just was trying to give me good skills so that when I grew up, I would know how to do things and I wouldn't have to depend on people. She used to tell me that a lot and take me to places and expose me to different things so other people wouldn't feel like they're doing something great for me if they take me to a nice restaurant. So my mom just wanted to make sure I had those things. And you know, I wish there was more moms like that because I do realize that people don't have the same support nowadays. So I'm very, very, very grateful, especially in my grown age. I wasn't when I was a kid, but I am now for sure.
You know, somebody's
She was
getting real
very
emotional over
intentional
here.
in your life.
Yeah.
Don't be over there crying now.
Listen, Pat,
Emotional.
I'm telling you, Pat, I appreciate the comments, but yeah, I was very intentional and it was on purpose. So it was a pleasure. Just yeah. So you guys got me emotional this morning in the driver's seat crying.
But you know what? You're getting your flowers right now, right?
Man.
And so that's very important. So that you
Yeah.
get your flowers.
Thank
So
you.
now that you got your
May I say
flowers,
something to you, Regina?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
you
kidding.
said if you had had a mentor, you would have been further along in where you are now.
Mhm.
But you took a dive off of a cliff that most women wouldn't have taken because
Mhm.
the field you were in
Mm.
was a male dominated field, and I know they didn't make it easy for you.
Still not
So
making
you
it
give
easy.
yourself a pat on the back for lasting as long as you did, and you're still here.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Shout out
that.
to the queen.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You-
I do. I really appreciate that because it's still tough out. I mean, it's still hard even to this day. And I get on the battlefield every day, um, just doing what I do because I love my people and I love what I do. So
Amen.
yeah, so
Amen.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Pat.
Thank
We
you for hanging in
appreciate
there.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you for calling in today.
Thank
That
you
was
for
awesome.
loving on us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just then warmed our hearts
right.
this morning.
I needed
Thank
that.
you.
That's gonna help me make it for the rest of the week. Can somebody
Yeah.
else call in next week and bless us?
Yes.
Bless us
And
with some love. It ain't
Miss
gonna cost you. Just bless us with some love. That's all.
Miss Pat, if you send your address to my mom, I'll make sure that you get your copy this week when I ship the other orders out.
Look at that. Sarah gave you a gift today.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Miss Pat. So, Sierra, I know you got one more point you got to share with us because we kept pinning you and unpinning you. So,
Because that's what we do.
this is what we do.
Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna say about overwork is not an achievement. I would just encourage people to create a schedule for yourself and try to stick to it. It is very important to work hard and care about what you do, but what you do is not more important than who you are. So you have to take
Mm.
care of yourself.
That's good. That's good. Can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Can you say that point
Absolutely.
one more time though?
First, say the point
One
and
more
then
time, and then yeah.
elaborate.
Yes. So I said, what you do is not more important than who you are. And I learned that the hard way. Like I said, I really prided myself on working hard, long hours. And I still work long hours, but I had to make myself a priority because if I'm not well, if my health isn't well, if my mental health isn't well, then I cannot do anything for anyone else.
Mhm.
So you have to realize that you are more important than what you do, and you have to be well as an individual so that you can be at your best.
Wow, that's good information. Sometimes again, we think that just working, showing up, being overworked, that's a good thing. But the reality of it is how effective are you? So that's really good
Yes.
this morning. Yeah. So, Sierra, out of the questions you received and your engagement today, what is one thing that you want to leave with the listener?
I would like to leave with, this is something that I really want to help shape my year, to do things that are important to you in your life every
Mm,
day. We get caught up in our businesses, in our careers, and a lot of times we have to sacrifice the things that we love, being with family, being with friends, going to those outings and events. And I really want to encourage everyone who's watching and listening and catching the replay to make time for the things that's most important. We're seeing every day that people are dying unexpectedly, people are having health crisis, and you want to make sure that you don't have any regrets as when it comes to, man, I should have went to my family gathering,
Mhm.
man, I should have spent time with my friends more or my family more, because at the end of the day, that's what really matters.
Mhm.
Doing things that make you happy, not
Mhm.
just things that make you money.
oh, I want to do things that make you happy and not just things that make you money.
Mm.
Wow,
Now that's
that's
true,
a
and that's
good nugget.
priceless. And
That's
that's
a good
priceless.
nugget this
Yeah.
morning. So, can you share with the listeners how could they contact you if they want to get some Craven cookies, some delicious sweets, or even
Buy
purchase
your
the
book.
bug?
Yeah.
Yes, so you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Delicious Sweets Bake Shop, also dsibakeshop.com. And you can also purchase my book on Shop Great Lakes Bay now. It is available and they can be shipped to your door, regardless of where you are. So we do offer shipping for desserts as well. Again, that's Delicious Sweets Bake Shop on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And I just want to say thank you so much for uplifting and encouraging and even challenging those that are in business.
Mhm.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy Saturday and
Happy,
enjoy what's
Happy
going on
happy
Saturday.
today.
Saturday. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna text me later.
Okay, we'll do.
Thank you. Because I forget. I had to tell her on air.
I guess.
All right. Have a good week, babe.
Have a good week,
You
Regina.
too.
All right.
Wow, Regina, that was pretty good this morning. The engagement has been good. But one of the things she said that really just resonated with me, she said, not just make money, make time for things that are important and not just make money.
So I think a lot of times when we go through things, because it happens with myself, you got to go through things to be able to say things like that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we think that we're on top of everything, right?
Yeah.
And we know what we're doing, we have no issues, but you don't start taking time for yourself and start doing things to certain things happen to
That's
you.
true.
And I'm only saying that from personal experience,
Me too.
I remember when I wasn't feeling good for almost a month, throughout 3 weeks, 4 weeks almost. And,
Yeah.
I was still pressing on, still going to work, still doing what I do, right? But I mean, I was hurting,
Yeah.
I just, I was going my body and, not sleep or just, it just not taking care of this zone of
Yeah.
mine, right?
Yeah.
And when I say taking care of this zone of mine, it could be even people coming to my desk, cleaning off the desk, talking to people, washing my hands,
Mhm.
being around people because it is still something going out there. COVID is not over. It's just coming in a different format,
Mhm.
and they don't really have a word, they don't know exactly what it is yet,
Yeah.
but people are getting sick. They're not getting sick for 7 to 10 days. They're staying sick from 2 to 3 weeks, or in some cases, a month.
Yeah.
And they don't, and people don't know what to do. They
Mhm.
don't know. They don't know what to do to tell us. They're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned that. I just really thought a few days ago, and I think about the things I do every day.
Hmm.
I am no longer the person I was 10 years ago. I mean, I used to run on high energy and I used to keep going and going and going. But I learned in the last
Hmm.
few weeks that you know what? What used to be easy is still easy to me, but I don't do it as fast anymore. And then I had to reevaluate, do I even want to do this?
Right, right, right,
Because
right.
guess what? When you keep running like that, your resistance get down.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then that's when you
Hmm.
begin to not feel good in your
Hmm.
body and
Hmm.
things start hurting in your body.
Hmm.
So I'm doing a lot of
Hmm.
reevaluations.
But I think that everybody need to look at their life and figure out how they can reevaluate the whole situation of what you're
Yeah,
doing.
that's
Because you
true.
may think that that is the best way, but
Hmm.
no, it's not the best way. And
Hmm.
I think what happens is sometimes people or individuals, family member, friends, they run you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They take you for granted.
I
And so
think
you have to reevaluate the situation.
so. Cornelia Carter said, I have learned so much this morning. I am repossessing or reclaiming my joy for art by making time to paint for pleasure. That's really good. And
Hmm.
that relieves stress too. Just to be able to do something that you enjoy.
Hmm.
Sometimes we do things because we gotta do it and
Yeah.
it's repetitious,
But
right?
people don't, you know what? See, this issue is we ain't got to do nothing. And I was going to say we ain't got to do shit, but we don't. We don't have to do shit. That's the problem. People think that you have to do something.
Yeah.
You don't have to do nothing. Look at my eyes went up. My eyes went up like when Clarissa knocked that girl to the floor last Sunday night.
Well, shout
Bam!
out, yeah,
Eyes went.
shout out to Clarissa Shields, right? Wasn't that a great fight?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Man, that
Clarissa was on our show, our
our
radio
radio show.
show,
Yeah.
last year, and she brought a lot of charisma to the
She
room. She
did.
brought a lot of we was hype in the room,
And
so
she got
energy.
up. We were doing our show on the radio at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, she
And
came
she
through.
came from Flint
She
in her
drove
car.
from Flint.
And her
Yeah,
Camaro, I don't know if she still got her Camaro, but she drove that car. I think she said she did like 120 getting here.
yeah.
I'm like, man.
So shout out to her. We watched the whole process as she got
Yeah.
ready, as she was going through training, and then
Hmm.
she was doing the weigh-in up into the fight. And you know what I really liked? I noticed that she had family around her,
Hmm.
people who really love and care
Hmm.
about her. And you really need that when you're doing something, no
You need
matter.
somebody to hold you down.
Yeah,
You need somebody to be there, but you need somebody, accountability partner.
yeah.
Because no matter what you're doing, you
Hmm.
got to have somebody to hold you accountable.
Yeah, but you know what? It's something about looking out into a space and seeing a familiar face. somebody who
Always.
care about you and really down
love
for
you.
you. I mean, just show up.
No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. And so I know I saw that her brother was there and I saw that she had her friends around her. And that was just really nice to see people who support you and just will come where you are. So yeah, it's important. No man is an island by themselves. So you need to have and surround yourself with people who are, like Regina said, can make you be accountable, but also who love you and care and want to see the best for you. So shout out to Clarissa Shields. Good job on the fight.
Good job. So I need to get into this tax offer real quick that
Okay.
we're offering at Joe. The Queen of Car Loans is offering at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. So if you buy a car from me, you buy or lease a car from me, new or used, anytime until tax time, but you got to talk about the offer. So you got to come in and you got to say, give me the queen. But you also have to talk to me, because if you don't tell me about it, we'll have a conversation, then you don't get it. And I'm just saying, so you got to have conversation. So you get a choice of 3 offers. You can get $500 down, extra $500 down as down payment. One. The second one is you can get $500 more for your trade. And the third one is you can get 5 free oil changes. Now, know that oil changes are about $80 or $86, $87. And that comes with the oil change and a tire rotation. So know that you have 3 offers that I'm offering, but you have to say, come in and give me the queen. And then you have to say, I want to get one of the offers. So $500 down, extra down payment, whether you buy a new or used car, $500 more for your trade, or 5 free oil changes. So we doing some hot things at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. Some hot things.
Yeah, you need a car, you better get there.
You better get there.
It's tax time, y'all. Get those tax refunds and come on, get a car.
But then you also can go to my website, Regina, you always say www. Regina, the Queen of Carloans.com, Regina, the Queen of Carloans.com, and put that credit application in. Can you put that at the bottom, producer?
Yeah. So if
Regina,
you're looking
the
for,
Queen of Carloans.com, my website.
So if you're looking for a new car, used car, make sure you shop with the Queen of Car Loans, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans.
You know, we started that, didn't we?
We did.
Queen.
Yeah, I want to know where that commercial is, because we was rolling that radio commercial. Where is it?
In our archives.
We need to get that. Yeah. So
Do you have that one? But you know what we need to do?
what we need to do?
It's audio.
Yeah.
We need to figure out a time to actually shoot that and do that.
We need to do that then.
We need to do
Yeah.
that. We got to be, this show was excitement today.
Yeah, I got a
So-
few upcoming events I want to share.
You do?
So I got 3 of them.
Oh,
Okay, so listen, today, if you are in the Livonia area, listen, you want to get to the river, we are having the Urgency of Now Fire Encounter with Pastor Ken Johnson. This is an entrepreneur event. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you're interested in becoming one, you want to learn something, today at 10 a.m., you can go over to the River Church, the River New Wine Glory Church, located at 17235 Middle Belt Road in Livonia. So the first session this morning is the urge to build credit. You want to get here. You want to get here and hear what he has to say. And then there's a second session. So if you are in the Livonia area today, 10 a.m., we are having an entrepreneur workshop. So go and see what Pastor Ken Johnson has to say. Also, Regina, you gonna go next, or do you want to do?
No, I'll go ahead and go next. So we got Yacktown Don't Back Down has a charity basketball game to benefit the Pontiac United. It is on Saturday, February 22nd. It is the red team versus the blue team. The location is UWM Sports Complex. Doors open at 5:30. Game begins at 6. UWM is located 867 South Boulevard, Pontiac, Michigan. Yacktown Don't Back Down. I think that's their first charity game that they're having there, as far as back down. Yacktown Don't Back Down. So guys, get your tickets.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you how to get your tickets, but I'm sorry. But anyway, you can contact Sean Preston to find out how do you get your ticket to the charity event.
Yes. The next event is happening on March 8th. Saturday, March 8th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., we are having a grief conference at the River New Wine Glory Church located at 17235 Middle Belt Road in Livonia. That conference is taking place from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So if you are experiencing grief, or you know someone, or if you just want to learn some techniques to help you as you go through the process, please join us on March the 8th, Saturday, March the 8th, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at 17235 Middle Belt Road in Livonia, Michigan.
And let me say this too, this is a little bit off topic, but if you have someone that you want to be on our show, you can always send us, commenting about them while we're on the show, or you can always inbox us on Facebook, or you can reach out to one of us on Facebook and tell us the guest, or if you want to be on the show. But remember, it got to make sense. Just come on here and be wobbling.
Yeah.
But did I say wobble?
Wobble.
Wait, I got my event. Hold on.
I thought you wobbling. So I thought we was doing the wobble. What's happening here?
So let me just say this. So it's another event that's actually going on today. Chris Jackson, he is having his first campaign kickoff today. Chris Jackson is running for City Council District 1. It is actually today, Saturday, February 8th, 2025. It's from noon until 2 p.m. And it's actually at Yaktown Don't Back Down location, 18 East Lawrence Street in Pontiac, Michigan. Go by there and give him some support. He's asking for a $50 donation, $100, $250, and $12.25. So, just go by and stop by and give him some support. If you don't have any money, I'm sure he's okay with that, even if you just want to stop by and say hello. Give him some support. And if there's anyone that actually is running for office and they want to be on our show, and it makes sense for you to be on our show, we said, does it make sense to be on our show, that we will have you on our show, but everything has to make sense because I don't live in Pontiac, so I don't vote, and I can't vote in Pontiac. But anything that we do, we don't actually go to events and really throw our support behind the individual. Sometimes we may show up at events, but so if you want to be on our show and you're running for office, or it makes sense for you to be on our show, because we may say yes and we may say no.
Yeah.
Or I may ignore you. I'm sorry. Or Dr. T may tell me to tell you no. Or I may tell.
Let me. I got another event because you just showed out, right? So the final event that I have is the Monarch Circle presents Turquoise and Tiaras. This is a Chucks and Tutu event, right? This is happening on Sunday, April the 13th from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the Palazzo Grand, located at 54660 Van Dyke Avenue in Shelby Township. This is a wonderful women's event. You want to be there. We have an awesome panel. Our host is Tanisha Johnson.
When is this going on? When is this happening?
This is happening on Sunday, April the 13th from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Look, you need to rock your favorite pair. Yes, I sit on the Monarch Circles board. And so I am a part of this. So you want to rock your favorite pair of all-star Chuck Taylors and twirl in your favorite color tutu. We're having Chucks and tutus. Yes. Tutus is a skirt. A tutu, a skirt.
Oh, and I was thinking tutu. Okay, I'm not even gonna tell you what I was thinking.
Don't tell me.
Okay.
So this is happening on April the 13th from 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. You can go on Eventbrite. It's called Turquoise and Tiaras.
What's the cost?
And the cost of this event is located on Eventbrite.
Okay, so let me just say this. So we have 1,497 fans that's following us, on our Facebook page, being the driver's seat. We encourage you guys, if you're new to watching our show, please follow us. We're looking to get up to 1,500. Hopefully in another maybe 6 months, we'll get to the 2,000. So we're really trying to push that. So if you're watching us now, please follow us. If you watch us on YouTube, you can subscribe. If you're watching on Instagram, you can also follow us on there. Follow us on all three of our platforms. But the last event that I have, I'm sorry.
You see, Regina creating her own music.
See, okay. So the last event I have is Denise Harris has, in honor of Heart Month, Healing Hearts Safety Service represents Stay Heart Smart. Wow. They have a workshop. It's called Simple Changing's Big Impact Workshops talk with the doctor, Dr. Brian Sweely.
Yeah, Dr. Sweely.
Sweely.
Yeah.
You can get your blood pressure checked, your healthy diet, recipes. I mean, this is huge. This is going on today, too. So 2 events today. It's going on from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's a workshop venue. It's located at Antioch Ministry Baptist Church, 318 Auburn Avenue. So, yeah, so go on down there. You don't have nothing to do. Go on down there and check it out.
Go
It has a
on to Antioch, Michigan.
Right. Go on and get in the house of the Lord.
Yeah.
Because some of you need to. Okay, let me stop. I might need to stop by. So many
Lord help.
many CPR and AED. I don't even know what that is.
So
What is that?
AED, that's the machine that you use to shock people's heart back.
Oh,
To restart the heart, rather.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Thank you for
AED
that.
machine. Yes.
so AED demonstration resources and more. So for more information, you can contact. I thought I put my phone on vibrate. Okay. Oh Lord, I'm really showing out today. So
Okay.
contact information is 248-778-7161. 248-778-7161. And let me just say this. We do have a shout out to the sponsors. We have one of the sponsors of the event is Alliance of Correlation, Honors Community Health, Trinity Health. Then you got the Fitness Hub, Prevention Pontiac, and okay, I'm done.
All right, listen. Y'all get on over to Antioch today for this event. It's free. It's for the community. And let's get in honor of Heart Month. Let's get heart smart.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, thank you for watching us this Saturday morning. We had a great show this morning. I had a great time. I think it's the most I've laughed on our show, period. The much fun I've had just laughing, enjoying myself. I always enjoy myself, but I have a lot of laughs this morning. So yeah, thanks for all the call-ins this morning. Thanks for all the support. And if you won, Dr. T, you won a prize of $25 twice. Dr. T will be in touch. Have a great week.
Bye. Happy Saturday.
Hi, it's Regina, the Queen of Carlones at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet.
And I'm Joe Longhammer.
We're doing something special for tax season. You can get 5 free oil changes, or you can get extra $500 for your trade-in, or you can get $500 extra for your down payment.
Regina can only handle 25 of these special deals every month.
Because I work personally on each loan to get the best deal possible.
When these 25 spots are gone this month, they're gone.
I'm Regina, the Queen of Carlones, and I'll get you approved. Come in and say, "Give me the Queen," or go to thequeendeals.com.